Good evening, Miss
I need blood, doctor.
I'll leave you, Miss... Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Nice, sweet.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider my...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
How painful.
So painful,
I'm sure...
Not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
How painful.
So pain...
I'll let you get some...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
My sweet girl.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Simpletons, these nurses.
Hello again,
Clearly
Doctor.
No respect.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Too much energy for so little result. Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be.
Here again.
When I thought last time this epidemic was difficult.
I've never even been to India.
Evening, miss.
Well,
I'm much...
welcome back.
Believe...
If that...
I'm...
No.
What can you...
People don't...
You look...
This is a...
So you are...
Tom's, yeah.
This place...
We get people...
So this...
Yeah.
Your...
Yeah.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me.
How is it?
Well,
Goodbye, Mr.
Welcome back.
Do you need...
I'm all right.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
You still working?
Do you require...
I'm fine.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
But with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
Good evening, Miss...
What?
Inebriation is...
Yes.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol.
Hey, don't...
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
It's locked.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out. Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
To every night a darkness, and every dawn a lucky day.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Do you require medical... I don't know.
And is it your...
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked, all right. It's locked. From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard. Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
All these whispers of monsters got folk gossiping and scared.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked, all right.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what
It's
worries
locked.
people most these days. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
How is life around here?
Life is...
Do you think the
don't know.
violence has...
And self...
The orphan that regards you as a mother, please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels
May I ask,
since my husband...
did your husband die in the war?
Oh no. My Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just...
How do you pay the rent?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like...
I believe you may...
What is it? I don't...
It's a gift your son was hoping to give you. But I'm afraid it links him to the nearby murders.
You mean this belongs to one of his victims? Jesus.
This day? You mean you already knew? Are you buying my silence? I will not be an accomplice in this.
What? No. No. My son's crimes distress me more than you can imagine.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up. In his own words, it was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than...
There ain't no hope, then.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son...
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Mrs. Fishburne, are you in need of any medical assistance?
I am fine for now, least in body. Thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Fish.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
Good evening, Mr. Fish.
Yeah.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour?
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it?
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her.
Don't you think you...
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth...
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society. But the last word has to remain with the law.
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Every night in the darkness.
I cannot enter.
Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin!
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Welcome back, Doctor.
You lied.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing...
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go...
I apologise, Doctor, but...
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try...
Believe me, Doctor, most of my...
Goodbye, Mr.
I hope I live long enough to see the boys get what's coming to them.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary. This is my watch. Damn grave robbers. Good evening, Miss.
Hello again, Doctor.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys. That's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man...
What can you tell?
You can't...
I managed to reach...
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money.
Good evening.
Hello again.
Can I...
As long as you have... Foolish girl and her pretty principles. She's got no idea.
You...
I know you believe monsters.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one...
Tell me what...
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First,
Do you know what it was?
it was all eyes and long teeth, but I could...
You could have it...
No, Doctor.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even if we...
Do you need...
I feel fine.
Goodbye, Mr. My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength. I can't believe I'm doing this. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. And
she had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with it.
How can I? I've destroyed my family.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared at...
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.